Hi there. I just want to try to quickly go over the characteristics of an epic for those of you who are absent. When we go over this in class, it's going to be Thursday, and I think it'll be the 10th of October. Yes, 10th of October. So, I know I'm long-winded. I'll try not to be. So, an epic is a long narrative poem. And just like a narrator tells a story, a narrative poem tells a story. So narration is the telling of a story. Narrator tells a story. Narrative is just another word for story. Let me tell you my narrative is let me tell you my story. The second characteristic that we'll start with, there are additional characteristics that we'll continue to add as we go, but for now, we'll just take care of the first few. We talked about this the other day in class. Epics were originally passed orally. And, think of Homer. He was probably an oral poet. And when some of these ancient epics were composed, there was no system of writing. But eventually people did recognize that stories were important. And I think we could argue that we agree with that sentiment today. Stories are still important. So someone at some point after this had been passed orally for generations, they had a system of writing, and so they wrote it down because they saw the importance in preserving it for posterity. All right? Epics deal with heroes and adventure, and that's why we talked about what is a hero the other day. Okay, next thing has to do with the setting, and it is cosmic or worldwide. Cosmic, think of out of this world. Cosmic setting. I'm not saying Star Wars by definition 100% is an epic. However, it does have a lot of these characteristics. It deals with heroes and adventure, and it has a cosmic setting. So for the cosmic setting, if you want to think of Star Wars, just know that, by definition, Star Wars has some of the characteristics, but not 100% epic. You could also say that your setting is worldwide. This also makes me think of stories like Harry Potter, where, they pushed the cart at the train station through the block wall and ended up in a different world. Okay. Now that might be a little bit cosmic as well, but also worldwide, if you ever watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they travel to different lands. When we read Iliad and Odyssey, we'll see our heroes, Achilles, Odysseus, Hector. We see them traveling to different lands as well, and sometimes even into the underworld. So that is cosmic, and that is also a little bit of supernatural, which is another characteristic. The gods and goddesses are involved. That alone is supernatural, but also the ability to travel into Hades and things like that. Monsters, supernatural strength, all those things are characteristics of an epic. And then the last one, I had to think there for a second, has to do with the writing style. These epics usually have to do with our hero saving the world or saving an entire race of people. Those things are very serious matters, and they're treated accordingly. So your writing style is what they call formal. They're very formally written, okay? I would say if you need a different way to understand that, just remember serious. These are not funny stories. If you're reading in search of the punchline, you'll be dreadfully disappointed because there isn't one, okay? They're serious. There's a lot at stake. People's lives are at stake. The well-being of the entire world, the universe, and perhaps even beyond. So those are the 6 things with which we'll begin. And if you have any questions, please let me know.